When your vision, your mission, and your very existence seem to function on a frequency that most people cannot understand, have you ever felt as like you don't quite belong in this world? If so, you're not by yourself. The selected one's path is not a simple one. Only a select handful can manage this route, which is full with challenges, awakenings, and obligations. You are unique, nevertheless, for a reason. In order to achieve your destiny, you must rise, change, and become something more. You have to be your divine self. You serve as the link between the spiritual and the material worlds. The majority of people are unable to see the higher aspects of life because they are imprisoned in the mundane realm. Their daily anxieties and wants drive their actions, never pondering their existence's larger significance. The draw of something more has always been felt by the selected. You have probably had profoundly intuitive moments, synchronicity that felt too good to be true, and a strong feeling that an invisible force is guiding you. This isn't just an accident. You're called to it. To comprehend the constraints of this is what divinity is all about. The ability to influence what you say and what you believe you become. You generate all the ideas. Every single syllable. Energy is present in all emotions. Your world is shaped by it. You will exhibit fear, uncertainty, and restriction if you let them rule your thoughts. However, the cosmos reacts appropriately when you accept your position as a creator. You have to teach yourself to concentrate just on the things you want to manifest. The instant you genuinely realize that reality bends to your awareness, you should practice visualization, affirmations, and an unflinching trust in your divine capacity to materialize. You'll take charge of your destiny and start influencing the world to fit your divine purpose. Point 3. You are come to lift the curses of generations. Many chosen ones are born into households that are burdened by ancestral loads and destructive cycles. However, why? Because you have been sent to shatter these bonds because you are the one who has been selected. These circumstances are not put in your path by chance. You were placed in a position to be the driving force behind change. The suffering you have gone through is not a penalty. It's an initiation. Every obstacle, misfortune, and treachery was intended to shape you into the warrior you were destined to be. Limitations are not inherited by God. Through self-mastery, spiritual awakening, and shadow labor, a God may rewrite fate. You will liberate future generations as well as yourself. This calls for profound healing, facing your past scars, and deciding not to perpetuate the patterns that have afflicted your ancestry. By assuming your heavenly potential, you become the one who breaks the generational curse and permanently alters the course of your family's history. Even if your obligations are enormous, they are not intended to shatter you. They are supposed to make you realize that the world needs spiritual guidance. Examine your surroundings. The world is in disarray. Lost and looking for direction. People are desperate for the truth, and misinformation, fear, and uncertainty are pervasive. It is not the loudest voices that are suited for leadership roles. Those who possess divine clarity are entitled to it. To guide others into enlightenment, chosen individuals must exhibit godlike power, wisdom, and compassion. The energy of people around you starts to change when you live in harmony with your best self. As you travel the path of divine truth, others will be drawn to you because your frequency becomes a beacon for them to follow. Whether or not they consciously comprehend it. Your existence becomes the awakening, and your life becomes the message. The selected ones inspire others whose time has come to emerge by leading with their genuine presence rather than with force. 7. In the spiritual struggle, you are a warrior. Our planet serves as a battlefield for spiritual conflicts as well as physical ones, pitting light against darkness, knowledge against ignorance, and love against fear. The warriors of our period who have been called to fight in the struggle that goes beyond the material world are the chosen ones. Despite being silent and sometimes unseen, this battle has a significant impact. You must realize that, as a fighter in the spiritual conflict, you are not engaging in physical combat. The capacity to maneuver with divine knowledge, to be strategic, and to never respond out of fear or panic is what makes a spiritual warrior truly strong. By learning to be detached, embracing spiritual understanding, and leading with power, the chosen ones are essentially destined to rise above the ordinary and enter their divine nature in order to transform reality and awaken others. They become into living representations of greater truth. Personal development is not the only goal of this voyage. It's about being a lighthouse, ending suffering cycles, and achieving a purpose that transcends personal growth. For those who are prepared to embrace the divine force and transform their surroundings, the world is waiting for them. Are you prepared to get up? Like the video, this is the alchemy of consciousness. For more videos on spirituality, subscribe to our channel and share it with a friend. I appreciate you watching. Understanding that the world is temporary is a prerequisite for mastering divine detachment. All of your experiences, both triumphs and setbacks, are but brief moments in the vast cosmic dance. You may overcome the pressures of anticipation and disappointment by letting go of your connection to results. You start to perceive life as a flow rather than a force that has to be managed. You may connect with the deeper currents of life through this flow. And this is where your actual strength resides. A God who is untouched by the chaos around them acts with elegance, wisdom, and calm. You become receptive to many opportunities and unrealized potential when you separate yourself from the transient and concentrate on the eternal. You are no longer affected by the delusions of suffering, grief, or fear, thus nothing in this world can unsettle you. 6. You are meant to awaken others.